Hello, crafty people on the internet. Welcome back. Today is another Tuesday card making video, and I'm going to be making another Valentine's themed card, and it's got these adorable little s'mores on them, and it's super cute. So to create this card base, I actually wanted the entire card to be a heart. So I just grabbed this set of nesting heart dies and a piece of Simon Says stamp cardstock. This is in the colour Cotton Candy, and as usual, I'll have everything linked in the description below. And I'm going to take this larger heart and run it through my die cut machine. I'm just using some Hefty Doodle memo tape to hold that in place. If you don't have a heart die or a die cut machine, you could of course just trace the outline of a heart onto a piece of thick cardstock, and just make sure you do that twice and cut it out twice in the same way that I'm going to cut two of these hearts. So these will actually work together to create the base of the card, but then I'm going to need an area to decorate, so I grabbed the smaller heart and just ran that through my die cut machine using some white cardstock this time. This is Neenah Solar White 80-pound cardstock, and again I'm just using my Hefty tape. I'm actually reusing the same place just to hold that die in place so it doesn't shift as I am cutting. Okay, so once we've got our three pieces, we can start putting this together. We're going to start with this white heart and our decoration. And I've just grabbed my Mini Misty to help me with my stamping. You definitely don't need a stamp positioning tool. However, I have it, so I like to make use of it wherever possible, but you could definitely just use an acrylic block. So here I've got the Lawn Fawn Love You S'more stamp set. Yes, mine has turned kind of yellow. No, it doesn't affect how it stamps. It still works perfectly. And I'm grabbing my Gina K Amalgam ink cube. This is the mini ink cube, and I'm stamping that down, and this will work perfectly for my colouring. I'm actually going to be using copic markers today, but the amalgam ink would work well with watercolour, alcohol inks, or Gamsol with colouring pencils, so it's compatible with each type of colouring medium that you could think of using. And I'll go ahead and stamp this little s'more down twice. Do you know, I have never had a s'more. They're definitely a very kind of American thing. I don't think they're really a thing here in England, but they should be. They sound incredible. I definitely toast marshmallows, but I've never turned them into s'mores. I think I need to put that on the bucket list. So I went ahead and cleaned my stamps in between, just using my Lawn Fawn stamp chamois, and then I'm grabbing some sentiments from the set, and I'm using the Love You, and then for the second one I'm stamping the Love You again, but this time with the word s'more underneath, because it is just an adorable sentiment. The little kind of I love you s'more, I think it's really sweet. So as you can see, I used my Gina K ink for my sentiment stamping as well. Usually I would switch to my VersaFine Onyx Black, but you can see this one works really well as well, and I had it in my hands already, so I went ahead and used what I had. Here I have my super basic Copic colouring. I have of course sped this up, and I'm just using E33 and E53 to create the kind of cracker base, and then E59 for the chocolatey area, and then I added a generous coat of the colourless blender just to help me kind of really blend out the N0, so my little marshmallows stayed very white looking, but they have a little bit of dimension. And then I stamped their smiley faces and gave them some rosy cheeks. Okay, so now I'm taking one of the cards and I've just laid this onto my scoreboard. You'll see in a minute I didn't have it very centered, but that doesn't matter, it still works. And I'm just running my bone folder tool along the edge to create a crease. If you don't have a scoreboard, you could definitely just use a ruler and the back of a pair of scissors. You just want to create a crease line near the top section of one of those hearts. And then you'll add some strong double-sided sticky tape to that area. I would recommend using a sticky tape rather than a wet glue because it will give you that kind of instant grab and you won't need to wait for any wet glue to dry. So I'll go ahead and peel off the backings and then lay one heart directly on top of the other and press that down, and then you can see where we've got that score mark, it gives us our hinge so we can open and close the card. So then just to finish this off, I'm taking some adhesive. I could have used double-sided tape, but I grabbed my multi-medium in the matte finish. I have a fine tip applicator on the end of mine, and I'm just going ahead and adding some glue onto the back of this piece, and then I'll carefully flip it over, trying not to get glue on my fingers, and then just line that up onto the card base. So it gives that really beautiful kind of peak of the pink in the background, that cotton candy colour, and then you can flip it open and write your message on the inside. You could of course also add a mat on the inside using a smaller white heart, like we've got that mat on the front with the stamping, and that would make it a little easier to write your message, but a black pen will show up just fine on this card. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, you can let me and YouTube know that this is the kind of content you like to enjoy by hitting the like button and leaving a comment below. If you're new here, I'd love to have you as a subscriber, so go ahead and tap the logo on screen right now to subscribe. But that is all from me today. I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.